Money grows, peace can grow, money stack grow, only money grows.
More information about the Epstein files has been dropping day by day. It's just getting beyond crazy. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you aren't going to be shocked about the information that is coming out, because I've been trying to prep you guys for the information that's going to be coming out about all of the demonic elements of what these people have been doing. And a lot of it was released in the files. I didn't think that it was going to be released, even though they are still holding 3 million files that they are refusing to release. And I believe that some lawsuits are about to happen, because I don't think that the act that was forcing them to release this info let them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that in the act it told them that they had to release everything. And the fact that names were redacted and that, you know what I'm saying, it's still 3 million files they won't release. I think that that is a true indicator on how disturbing it can get and how disturbing it actually is. And that the stuff that we see is still just so surface level. So we're about to check out a Jason A video. If you guys are new here, and even if you're not, just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so make sure you guys are subbing up and joining the kingdom. But with that being said, prepare yourselves. Let's get into it.
I truly agree with you. Satanism and occult services, sorceries, this is nonsense. That is something that confuses people, brings them to darkness, and affects them greatly. Affects their psyche, their morale, and we need to fight against it, but do it carefully, without violating human rights. Your colleagues have mentioned it as well.
Поэтому ведут против нас все более агрессивные информационные атаки. Целью выбирают прежде всего, конечно, молодых людей, молодые поколения. И здесь опять лгут постоянно, извращают исторические факты, не прекращают нападки на нашу культуру, на русскую православную церковь, другие традиционные религиозные организации нашей страны. Посмотрите, что они делают со своими собственными народами. Разрушение семьи, культурной и национальной идентичности, извращение, издевательство над детьми вплоть до педофилии объявляются нормой их жизни. А священнослужители, священников принуждают благословлять однополые браки. Да Бог с ними, пускай что хотят, то и делают. Что здесь хочется сказать? Взрослые люди имеют...
The fact that it's not just here, you know what I'm saying? It's not just in the United States. This stuff has been being perpetuated all over the world. These cults, the satanic institutions that these people are a part of, they've been around since the beginning. And it's the fact that its reach is so widespread, in the fact that we've been ignoring it and it's been festering for so long. And when you read the Bible and you read how each civilization rose and fell, and it was all because of this same issue, this same demonic spirit that just wanders and drifts. And it keeps coming back to power. And it's like, are we going to continue to let this be what runs us? What dictates, you know what I'm saying, how we live?
Право жить, как хотят. Мы к этому так и относились в России, и всегда к этому будем так относиться. Никто в частную жизнь не вторгается, и мы не собираемся этого делать. Но хочется им сказать, ну посмотрите, извините меня, священное писание, главные книги всех других мировых религий. Там все сказано, в том числе то, что семья – это союз мужчины и женщины. Но и эти...
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work.
Sorry about
Want to be a
that.
part of it? Listen up.
Hello. Also breaking today, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche announcing the release of millions more files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
The Justice Department released so many records from the Epstein files today, more than 3 million pages plus videos and photos, that if you were to print them out and stack them up, they'd be about 3 times taller than the Statue of Liberty. Along with a team of journalists, Ed O'Keefe is going through all of that tonight to see what's revealed.
Like, you got so much dirt. You got so much blackmail. You got so much, like, communications with different people of high stature that make decisions on people's lives. You have so much of this information that if it was all stacked on top of each other, it's taller than the Eiffel Tower. Like, y'all got to understand how deep this goes. And I see how people trying to keep this so surface level, but this is going into Bitcoin. This is going into all of our institutions, whether it's the medical field, whether it's the industrial field, whether it's real estate. He had his hands in every facet of our lives and was a decision maker, blackmailing other decision makers, putting them in his back pocket. And these politicians are still just getting on TV talking as if everything is normal, as if we shouldn't even be questioning the things that's coming out their mouths, or if they should still be in power. And I'm not gonna lie, that's the main thing that's really pissing me off about it, is the nonchalantness of it all. Like, they think we just that stupid, we just that goofy, and that we just not gonna do anything about it. And it's like, I feel like they're about to be in for a rude awakening, because I know I am highly upset, and I don't think I'm the only highly upset person. And if they think these same social norms are about to continue, if they still think that, like, we about to keep paying taxes and we about to keep, these people are out of their minds.
About the late convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein.
The categories of documents withheld include those permitted under the Act to be withheld: files that contain personally identifiable information of victims, or victims' personal and medical files, and similar files, the disclosure of which would constitute a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Any depiction of CSAM, child pornography, was obviously excluded. Anything that would jeopardize an active federal investigation.
Lord,
and finally, anything that depicts or contain images of death, physical abuse, or injury, also not produced.
So my thing is that Kash Patel said that there was nothing in the files that could bring up criminal charges on anybody. But then this bastard just got up here and said that there's images of death. So people were getting murdered, and you saying that there's no evidence to bring any of these people up on any charges? These people are out of their minds. They say they know it's videos and pictures of dead people. Who killed them? How did they die? And we reading in the files how they died. We see him one right there. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video. Is people having torture videos? Y'all are in possession and see the faces of people in these torture videos, and yet are getting up here in front of our faces saying there's nothing in these files that can criminal charges can be brought up on these people. This was all a conspiracy theory a couple days ago. I need y'all to understand this. All of this stuff a couple years ago, this was all fantasy. The people who talked about this stuff were nuts. I got shunned by my family for talking about this stuff and trying to get people to understand this. And then to see that it's coming out and these bastards they just trying to act like everything peachy dory is so disgusting. It's so infuriating. These people are doing the most heinous crimes to children and think that it's going to continue. Think that they're going to still be in some positions of power and leadership over us. It's disgusting. I literally want to vomit at the thought that these people think. I don't care if they red or blue. Both red and blue are in the files. I see people talking about, oh, the Democrats, we need to vote Democrats now since the Republicans are in there. And I'm seeing people say, oh, we need to vote more Republicans because the Democrats, they both in there. We need something else. This is not normal. This is not conducive. This is not the time to pick between the two of lesser evils. Let's get rid of the evil altogether. Like, God, please help us.
Although the act allows for withholding for items
People
necessary to keep
insane.
secret in the interest of national security or foreign policy, no files are being withheld or redacted on that basis.
You're not
But 3 million
exaggerating when you
files
say
being held.
millions.
Come
More
on,
than
man.
3 million pages are now being posted to the Justice Department website. This includes more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. The Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche took multiple questions on the files released today and said most of the videos are commercial. Not all videos featuring Jeffrey Epstein or shot by Jeffrey Epstein. Blanche says medical records, images that may show harm toward children, and any sort of physical abuse were not released publicly. Some of the names mentioned in the files dumped today: Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and Steve Bannon. Again, not much context when names are released. Important to point that out, and we've not seen evidence that anything was criminal between those men. Now, context is key, but there's not been a lot of context. Some of the communications from
What's not being in context about Bill Clinton? I mean, I said Bill Clinton. Bill Gates cheating on his wife with Russian girls, keyword girls, getting an STD and then trying to sneak her a antibiotic and begged Epstein to do it for him. What about that isn't clear? What about the emails of Elon Musk begging to go to Epstein Island for the parties, and it don't sound like he wanted to go there for an average party. It seemed like he wanted to go there for one of those torture parties or something like that where they hunting people. Come on, let's call a spade a spade. That's what it sounds like. And what about those emails isn't clear? What about all the stuff that's been coming out about Trump isn't clear? That he was involved in the trafficking, that he had his own trafficking business going. What about this isn't clear? But this media is so disgusting that they are defending these people at this point, and y'all are still listening to the news. Y'all still believe that the news isn't paid and bought for by the CIA? Come on, these are things that have already been proven. So the fact that these institutions are protecting these people, this shouldn't be no surprise to anyone. I'm just imploring everybody to do the digging on their own, because ain't no way we about to keep allowing this, are we? I just can't see this continuing on. I just genuinely
are none too
can't.
kind to this man, President Trump. The two knew
Liz
each
gonna
other
speak
back
on
in the
where we
90s
are
in
as
Palm
a
Beach and are
people.
pictured together numerous times over the years. Today's document release includes Trump's name many times, but there is a note that says some of the claims were submitted to the FBI before the 2020 election, and of the documents released thus far, none have anything criminally damaging involving President Trump.
The files reveal hundreds of references to President Trump, who's never been charged with any wrongdoing.
And then they say that like that absolves him. Like we don't see this stuff. Like, it's not, the only reason he hasn't been brought up on charges is because he's rich and powerful and he's the acting president right now. Even before this, when all the stuff was coming out about him years ago, decades ago, this man has been a billionaire damn near his whole life. Family's been wealthy his whole life. Like, come on, man.
Some describe allegations referencing underage women. Others detail parties allegedly held at the president's Mar-a-Lago estate. A 2012 email details the possibility of Epstein going to Mar-a-Lago after Christmas. That's several years after Trump claims he and Epstein ended their friendship.
Like, come
on. I haven't spoken to him in probably 15 years or more.
That's a lie.
In a 2016 deposition, Epstein has asked several questions about former President Bill Clinton flying on his jet and whether he was accompanied by two young women. Epstein answered fifth to each question. Clinton has denied any wrongdoing. In another email, Epstein writes about helping Microsoft founder Bill Gates to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls. Gates' ex-wife told CBS News her then-husband's relationship with Epstein played a role in their divorce. Epstein, in an exchange with Elon Musk, discusses sending his helicopter to take him to his island. Musk asking what day, night, will be the wildest party. Danny Bensky, who said she was abused by Epstein in 2004 at age 17, believes the Justice Department is withholding information.
So I think that the release right now is being sold as transparency, and it is not transparent at all. I think it 100% protects the perpetrator.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche.
We didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
A spokesperson for Bill Gates called the claims against him completely false. No comment yet from Elon Musk. The White House says the documents include sensationalist claims against the president, and the Justice Department says it withheld about 200,000 documents for legal reasons, and that the review of the Epstein matter is complete.
Here's Blanche on criticism that he, the president's former personal attorney, is protecting his former client. Watch.
We did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents. And there's nothing I can do about that.
Blanche says it's possible more would be released if judges order more to be released, but he said of today's release, quote, today's release marks the end of a very comprehensive document identification and review process.
And I doubt that very seriously, because we are not letting this go, and there are still over 3 million files y'all have not released to us. That act said that y'all had to release everything. Even the names that y'all redacted needs to be unredacted, that weren't victims, that were the perpetrators of this crime. We're not letting it go, because y'all thinking y'all finna stay in power. Boy, these people. These people out there, man, this is sickening. It was all true. It's all true. The things that they are doing, man, and they thinking we just finna, man, like we pussy or something. Like
News cannot verify whether Musk actually traveled to the island, and he is not accused of any wrongdoing. Musk has previously said he declined multiple invitations to visit Epstein's Caribbean estate. Other new emails show Epstein and New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch discussing women for him to meet back in 2013. In one exchange, Tisch asks if Epstein has anyone in New York he wants him to meet. After Epstein describes one woman, saying she speaks mostly French, Tisch writes back, "Working girl?" It's unclear if they ever met. NBC News has reached out to Tisch for comment. The DOJ also posted and then temporarily removed a spreadsheet of complaints made to the FBI's National Threat Operations Center. It includes accusations about both President Donald Trump and former President Bill Clinton. But there is no indication the tips were verified, and the complaints were made over an unspecified time frame. Asked for comment, the White House directed NBC News to a DOJ press release stating some of the documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims against President Trump. Trump and Clinton have denied any wrongdoing and have not been accused by authorities. A group of Epstein survivors slammed the DOJ over the document dump, saying in a statement, "Survivors are having their names and identifying information exposed, while the men who abused us remain hidden and protected."
Like what we talking
Some
about.
lawmakers also not satisfied. The top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee arguing the DOJ is not in compliance with a congressional subpoena for unredacted files.
Donald Trump and the Department of Justice just made it clear right now that they intend to withhold approximately 50% or half of the Epstein files, while claiming to have fully complied with the law.
How?
This is outrageous.
Literally.
And incredibly concerning.
As some lawmakers hunt for more answers, Attorney General Pam Bondi will testify before Congress in 2 weeks, where she is expected to face a grilling from both sides of the aisle.
This mayhem is getting... What are we gonna do? I said in my last video, I think it's time for us to have a revolution. I feel like this current system, this current structure, it has failed all of the people, the regular people like you and me. It has failed us. This blue versus red BS when they both been a part of the same body, the same corrupt pedophilia body, and they think it's going to continue. And we cannot allow them to get away with this. We cannot let the current powers that be stay in power. You guys let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think the way out is? Do you think we just ignore it and let the pedophiles keep running us and keep stealing from us? Keep the fraud going, keep stealing the kids, we now our eyes are open and we know what's going on. So it's not a question, it's not a conspiracy theorist at this point anymore. They laid it all out there and trying to see what we gonna do about it. So what are we gonna do about it? You guys let me know what your decision is in the comment section. But make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I do drop a video here. We on the road to 500 subscribers, so make sure you guys sub up and join the kingdom. But with that being said, King Marcel out. Peace.
Money, bro, always alive. Looking for the prize. That's eternal life. And bringing the change in my mind. Talking real peace of mind.